Hey guys, Scott here, coming at you from hikingforward.com. Thanks for taking the time. Today we're going to be talking about a couple of the products that we use during Hell Hike and Raft up in Idaho. A couple of these products we talked to you about prior to in the 15 days of gear. A couple we did not because we didn't have them until we actually got up to New Meadows, Idaho. So really excited to talk to you about both these products. Both of these were used on a daily basis, at least during the hiking portion of the trip. And I waited a little bit to tell you about the products because I've continued to use the product for a little while post-trip this past fall. And these are products that I think will just be a part of my hiking repertoire from now on. So first product is, actually first company is Lifestraw. You've all heard about Lifestraw. Lifestraw was a proud partner of our trip. We were really happy to have them on the trip and provide us some gear to test out while we were up in the Seven Devils. So two products today. This is the, and you can tell this has been used because it is banged up. As you know, all your water bottles will get banged up after a while. But this is the Lifestraw Go. Neat product. Typically when you're out on the trail, what do you got to do? You got to actually go get water, haul water, filter the water, sometimes wait 4 hours, at minimum a half hour, sometimes to get your water filtered. This is actually a neat product where it's actually got the cylinder filter inside of it. You can just take this bottle, fill this up in any water source, which we did numerous times at most of the mountain-fed lakes and creeks that we were constantly hiking through when we stopped for lunch. Most of them we knew were really good water because we were up high, but just better safe than sorry. And we'd fill these guys up, all of us, all 12 of us would fill these guys up, and instantaneous filtration. Did not have to wait for anything. So it'll pop up there. Got a little bit of a actual rubber nozzle up there to protect it. No bite down like you normally do for a bladder. A little bit more force that you have to use to get the water out, but once you get a good stream of water out, it continues to flow out. Great tasting water. This, along with the next product I'm going to show you, is good for 264 gallons or equates to 1,000 liters of water. So this is good for a long time. Obviously you want to keep track of how much water you're going through and filtering, but on average, you know, we're not doing too much on a 3 or 4 day trip through the bottles. Obviously we all had bladders, we had more substantial water on our backs, but as you're walking through, you don't want to use that bladder and you want to hold that for camp, for cooking or whatever. This is a great alternative, not that expensive either, to have just in your hip pocket to grab out and catch some water for you. So that's one alternative. Our next product that we got, which is kind of what's made, and now you see them everywhere, Lifestraw famous, is actually the actual Lifestraw. Obviously made by Vestergaard, which is the parent company of Lifestraw, but this is the actual Lifestraw unit. That's the Go, this is the actual Lifestraw. So actually very similar to what you would find inside the Go. It looks about the same size. So it's the same filter, it's just in a much lighter packaging. This only weighs 2 ounces, comes with a little rope, so if you need to carry it around your neck, I kept it in my side pouch, and we did use these. We did test these out and use them. We were able to, which was kind of neat. You got these just beautiful lakes to try these out in. So great thing to have. You know, you guys know I've worked in emergency management for a long time. Great thing to have around the house. Water goes bad, you're in a disaster situation at home. Great thing around have around the house, because even doesn't matter what type of water you have in the house, you're going to get clean water. You're able to drink pretty much anything using one of these guys. As well, 1,000 liters, 264 gallons. That's a lot of water, but a nice, neat packaging. Very lightweight, and if you're not having to carry water with you and you're just needing it on the trail, great option for you. So real quick, next item and I've talked to you guys about this item before. This company been around for a little bit, and they have a multitude of products. This was one of the products we did talk about in the 15 days of gear leading up to Hell Hiking Raft. Company's name is Foot Kinetics, so it's footkinetics.com. The product that we were provided, and I actually used prior to, was Hikegoo. Okay, the Foot Kinetics also makes Run Goo. So if you're a runner, I'm going to explain both of what these products do for you here in a second. But we all used Hikegoo. A lot of the people on the trip have already provided great reviews of Foot Kinetics and Hikegoo. Very quickly, Hikegoo, take it out. You're going to pop the top. I'll show you what this looks like. And there's a little nubby, there we go, little nubby top there, and you squeeze out the Hikegoo. And basically what you're going to do is going to put that on your foot, massage the goo into the bottom of your foot prior to putting on either your liners or your socks. Some people don't use liners when they're hiking, some people do. Either way, you're going to create a kind of a barrier on the bottom of your foot before you put your liners on, before you put your socks on. A lot of us are using Hikegoo on both days, the beginning, first day and second day. I'll tell you, the third day of Hell Hiking Raft, if you've read into stuff from any of us about, you know, talking back about the trip, on the third day of our trip, we did 6,000 foot descent in 6 hours. So in 1,000 feet an hour, pretty much all downhill. As we were heading down, trying to get down to the Snake River, a lot of ups in there as we push forward down the mountains. But nobody that used this product that I'm aware of, and I know I didn't, had a lot of warm feet, but nobody got blisters. No severe blisters came out of this, and I attribute all of that to obviously just smarts and know-how and experience of what you need to do to keep your feet in check and make sure your boots are in good working order and you've got good socks. And we'll talk more about socks here in the next week or so, talking about the socks that we were provided on our trip. But Hikegoo creates that nice layer, creates that barrier between your socks and your liners and your feet, so that you don't get hot spots, you don't get blisters. As I said, if you're a runner, different colors so we can tell things apart here. But Run Goo, if you're a runner as well, does the same thing for you. If you ever get those hot spots while you're running, your feet sweat, you're getting some friction, you're getting some action down there in the feet you do not want to get. Great product as well. So footkinetics.com to get this stuff. Now, one of the problems, not necessarily a problem, but one of the things we did notice, we had a lot of products on the trip that were in tube format, which meant we weren't going to use this whole tube in 3 days. We had all sorts of stuff from suntan lotion to friction issue tubes for both the guys and the girls. We had the Hikegoo. One of the things we recommended and actually communicated back to Foot Kinetics is trying to see if we can't get this into a smaller package. What I've done since then is I've just taken some of this stuff when I'm out on a short trip. Just use a little handy dandy Ziploc bag, put enough in the bag. Now I'm not carrying a whole big tube of Hikegoo around with me because this has become a staple for me out hiking. So now use the Ziploc bag, put enough Hikegoo in there, open it up, put the dab on the foot, rub it in, and then I've still got enough, but I've taken whatever this tube weighs and cut it down by a very small percentage. So I get what I want, but I don't get the weight. So we're working together with Hikegoo to try and see how we can get that worked out. So we thank both Hikegoo and Lifestraw for their products, both products that I will continue to use because I really like the freedom of just being able to find a water source, dip that bottle in, get the water I want, know it's going to be safe, know it's going to taste great. There's no aftertaste, any of that stuff going on because it's a filter system and you get it right away. And then Hikegoo, obviously, great stuff. Nothing can ruin a nice trek quicker than blisters on your feet and uncomfortable feet and warm feet. So, guys, hope you enjoyed. I know this was kind of long, but good products here. If you haven't gotten a Lifestraw, go out there, go check it out. If you need a Lifestraw as well, Great product to just have around whenever, in case of bad stuff happening. And then obviously the Hikegoo stuff from Foot Kinetics. Good people and good products. So take care, keep hiking forward, and check us out at hikingforward.com. Talk to you later.